Realize this is a Super Bowl Sunday, but our heritage will still carry on. I am here and I will be representing the influencer in my life. And if some of you can just mute yourself so we don't have background noise. And we'll get started with my presentation of Harriet Tubman, the influencer of my life. And I could go on and talk about all the things that most of you already know about Harriet Tubman. As a young child, I learned about Miss Tubman. I've always admired and looked up to her because I feel like she is and continue to be the Black Moses in our generation. Because of her, many of us were free ahead of time. And she set the tone for standing up and having the determination to go against all odds and succeed in this world. And we find ourselves still fighting that battle to equality, fighting that battle to be free. And I chose Harriet Tubman because so many things that happened in her life, I can reflect on it. When we talk about Harriet Tubman as a young child, she was damaged, she was injured and suffered tremendously. She had terrible seizures because of an injury suffered by a keeper that threw a rock and caused some severe head injuries. And as a result, she was a pain sufferer. As Harriet Tubman is a pain sufferer, I too found myself being a pain sufferer. I understand what it's like when the doctors shake your head and say, there's nothing else we can do for you, Miss Crooms. You are allergic. We cannot help you. That's my story, but Harriet's story was because she was Black. She couldn't get the help that she needed. But praise God, she had a mother that was wise and had the healing hands and the wisdom of natural herbs. And she was able to keep her family healed. She was able to keep her daughter alive because of her natural elements from the earth. Also from the earth, as time went on, Harriet did find an opportunity to escape. But just like Harriet Tubman, when she finally made that exit, it had to be because of a crisis that was going to cause tremendous harm to Mrs. Tubman and her family. She was going to be sold. Her sisters and brothers are being sold, torn apart from the evil master. No regards to her life, no help whatsoever. And when she found the opportunity and the determination and the faith of God to do better because she deserves better, she saw the strength in her mom and how she defeated and defied that master that wanted to sell her younger brother in her earlier life. So that gave her the encouragement to be strong, to be determined. And the faith of God carried her through. And just like Harriet, I said, was a pain sufferer, so was I. I was told that, Miss Combs, there's nothing we can do from you. I was dealing with kidney failures. I was dealing with obesity. I have a slide that Ron can show the before and after when you have a chance, if you can put that slide up, Ron, because it goes along with this story of being a pain sufferer. I was told that I wasn't going to live. My kidneys were failing. I had no one around. I had a crisis. And because I had a crisis, I had an opportunity to move in a direction that the Western medicine couldn't do for me. But thank God, he answered my prayer from a stranger from across the country. Simple phone call and an introduction to natural healing minerals from the earth resurrect my body. and it sustained and made me healthy. I am healed because of these natural products. And just like Ms. Tubman, I too learned to be free. These are the things that I went through. I had skin that couldn't be recovered. Doctor says there's nothing more. This is Western medicine. This is what happens when I do Western medicine, turn into a toxic waste. And when I went natural, my skin was healed. Just like Miss Harriet Tubman, the doctors couldn't do anything for her. But her mom, with all the natural minerals and the herbs from the earth, she was healed. Also, in that crisis, she was determined to be free. Harriet stowed away. She tried many times to do it by herself, but it was until she did it on her own. She had to go and prepare a place for her family. Such as me, I was unhealthy. I was not getting the care, nor could I get the care to move along. But praise God for that natural healing uh, uh, minerals that we have here on earth. I was healed. And because I was healed, I wanted to have compassion and share my journey with others. Just like Miss Harriet Tubman, she was determined to not only get herself free, which she had already done, but she wanted to get her entire family. So what did she do? She went back through all the odds and the roads and the swamps and the hunters and the dogs through the treacherous forest. She bared it all because her compassion and love for her family. How could she be happy being free? Although she was free, she did have to kind of stay low because slavery wasn't abolished at the time. It took about 15 years for Miss Tubman to go, and little by little, one by one, she freed up her mom, her sisters, her brothers. She went back because she had compassion, because she wanted to have a legacy. And how could she have a legacy when all that she loved and cherished was still in bondage? So it was her determination, her faith in God to get her up and to go and join this underground railroad revolution. It was set up before Harriet's release or escape from slavery, I should say. But through that underground railroad process, our sister was free. And not only was she freed up her family. And just like Miss Harriet Tubman, she learned these things. And in her legacy, not only did she free herself, she got herself in a place where she even joined the service. And because of her expertise and her knowledge of natural healing, we had soldiers of color that couldn't get the help. Praise God, our sister Harriet Tubman knew how to help those brothers because of her healing and because of what it did for her. She was able to help others. And just like Miss Tubman, because I received the good news of a natural healing source, I too desire to help one by one, each and every one of my family members, my friends, the next slide, Ron, each and every one of them, one by one. It was my journey to go back and collect all of my family, all of my friends, and those that would hear me. I wanted to lead them on the path to natural healing, natural remedies that they can have. And just like my mom, hold on this slide right here, Ron. That woman in the blue, that's my mom. She's 82 years old. And it was a crisis that made me run and go use these natural healing herbs and products to help bring my mom out of a crisis. See, just last year, not quite a year ago, in the middle of a pandemic, not much was said or heard about it, but my mom had to have a very serious procedure. She had a blood clot in her leg. Now she's 82. And with the coronavirus out there, there was a lot of unknown, and it was unsafe for your seniors to go into a place like a hospital, let alone give her medications because it's so little known about this new virus. They did know that the seniors were at risk. And not only that, all the medication just made them a bright light and a target for this virus. So in a crisis, Lord knows I didn't want to leave my mom. I didn't want to lose my mom. It's what made me go into save my family mode. It was through these patches, as you see, tatted on her body, that she was able to go in and have a tricky procedure. Not only did it heal her and protect her from any viruses and colds, she came out of that surgery with flying colors, and I thank God for that. It was a crisis that made me open my mouth and go save my family. And just like she got healed, there was one thing. Because she was a senior, this procedure was painful, but she had to bear it with no anesthesia, no pain relief after the procedure. She had to bear the pain and find something like Tylenol, which was good. And because of these patches, the CBD and the sleep patch, my God, that was what helped my mom. The immune patch helped her prepare for this procedure. And to this day, my mom can tell her story about how she got patched up in a crisis during the time when it was not safe to go under the knife. But praise God, he saw favor and saw that she made it through. And as a result, people were so inspired by her. My cousin joined, suffered from indigestion and digestive problems. She too found the relief in the patch. We all have something to share with you. It's called Slap That App. It's a nanotechnology. It's a healing process. It's a new way to get your body what it needs through the bloodstream without taking any potions, without swallowing any pills, without a poking and a jabbing. But it's because of our natural new way of giving our body what it needs, we were able to move on and we were able to see miraculous things like the energy that you get when you take that energy patch. It will give you clarity. It will bring wellness. As you can see, it takes care of the fatigue, the sleep patch, no melatonin. This was the thing that helped my mom because you see, sleep heals the body. And she had nothing but this sleep patch to hold on to give her body what it needs to heal. And because of this sleep patch, move on to the next one. She had also the CBD. CBD is a natural product that's been around forever. Some people say it's weed. No, it doesn't have the THC. It is a natural product to heal your body naturally. It is one way to take your pain, it balance your hormones, it supports your immune system, and it does so much more. And it was because of this patch, I see my mom come through a miracle in a crisis. And just like our sister Harriet Tubman had to go through a crisis and she found and saved and freed her family, it's the same with me. My goal is to find those that will hear me, that will hear the sound of my voice. Believe me, if it can happen for me, it can happen for my mom. Trust and believe it can happen for you. My goal is to bring health and wellness and an awareness that we have in our life. And just like that sister Harriet Tubman, as she freed her family, not only did she free the family, she was able to establish a life in Albany, New York. And in this city and in this freedom, she didn't stop being that help. She purchased land along with her new husband. They were a source for kids, patching them up in life, but hers was the natural herbs. Many sought her for refuge, for food. She had much compassion. She could not say no when when help is needed. And as a result, me, I cannot say no. Not only did I come from this unhealthy body, I came to each and every one of my family members, not only the older, but the youngest. Not only the youngest, but my whole tribe is finding health and wellness through a simple process of patching it up. Peel it, stick it. Don't worry about it. No pills, no portion. And this is how we build our health house. That's my grandson, Blake, who is 5, and my granddaughter, Kaylani, who is 7, 8. I'm sorry, she's 8. And this is how they stay healthy. This is how they get their nutrition. And this is how they keep their immune system built up. You're looking at some asthmatics, some severe allergy kids. And I'm telling you, since we've been in this environment too, and since we've been introducing them to these natural paths, these natural healing sources, this nanotechnology, my babies are asthma free. We have not visited the emergency. We have not visited the doctors. I'm just totally amazed and so happy that they don't have to take all those supplements that pharmaceuticals want to push on us so much. And so many of us are just bogged down with this pill, that pill. You don't have to do this pill, that pill. Give your body what it needs naturally. Our bodies are a unique machinery that God designed to do things naturally. Everything we need here on planet Earth has been given. We don't have it because we don't have the knowledge. And God says, seek it and I will give it. Ask and it will be given. And I'm so grateful and thankful that my prayers were answered. And not only was I healed, I was able to share with my families, my friends, anyone that will hear, anyone that will take the chance. I challenge you. I challenge you to a new way of taking in nutrition. I challenge you a new way to saying yes to a healthy, a wealthy way of life. And it's because of these patches and because of these natural minerals that God has given us, I can truly say my story of being healed, my family being healed. And that comes from the determination that when you put your mind to it and you pray, God will answer your prayers. And I am so glad to have been able to tell you a tidbit about Miss Tubman. If you see my dress, she was honored with this shawl from the Queen of England because of her hero-ness. She was also an inspiration for women of that time. They were still unable to vote. They didn't have a voice. And because of Miss Tubman, the women had a movement and she was strongly involved in a huge influence on where we are today, ladies. We have her to thank for this woman movement to get the freedom that we also wanted in this society. And we have a long ways to go, just like in our life of being free. Seems like when we take one step forward, we got two backwards. So let's push forward. Let's take charge of the things that we can take charge of. And when it starts with ourselves, you can't help nobody until you help yourself. So put on your own patch, put on your own oxygen mask. And when you have arrived to that place of freedom, freedom from drugs, freedom from shots, freedom for unhealthy living, once you gather that, and before, as you go through that, as a matter of fact, share. Don't be quiet. Don't be a silent agent. I did for a while, but my compassion and my love for my family and friends wouldn't let me keep it in. So that's why you see me doing crazy things, posting on Facebook. Come on in, because I care. And I want you to know there is a better way. If you're healthy, somebody in your family, friends, neighbors is looking for what we have. So please don't be a stranger. Share this information because somebody needs you. And I am so pleased to be able to introduce my brother in the struggle, my brother Malcolm X. Are you ready to tell your story? Malcolm X.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks much, Pam. My hero for the month is Malcolm X. I was first introduced to Malcolm X probably when I was a little kid. I was walking by the TV and heard this guy with glasses on talking. Caught my attention, and one of my favorite speeches from Malcolm X is actually by any means necessary. So that's been my mantra even as a kid, even growing up now. So I'm just going to show you a short little clip. I know the essence of time is with us. So I'm just going to take a quick thing on Malcolm X's spin on business. Let me just share my screen.
So our people not only have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business. And once you and I go into business, we own and operate at least the businesses in our community. What we will be doing is developing a situation wherein we will actually be able to create employment for the people in the community. And once you can create some employment in the community where you live, it will eliminate the necessity of you and me having to act ignorantly and disgracefully, boycotting and picketing some cracker someplace else, trying to beg him for a job. Anytime you have to rely upon your enemy for a job, you're in bad shape.
And those are my thoughts. So I guess I'll open it up to Cynthia, who's on the line. She had a few words to say.
Wow, 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 wow. That was absolutely awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. I tell you, this is so, so good. It's so timely. I am just so happy, that we've taken the time to come together tonight, while the rest of the world is probably looking at the Super Bowl. We took time to come together and, remember the past that has inspired each and every one of us to make sure that we're handling business in the present and in the future. Like Pam said, and she did such a great job, and Ron, look at the legacy that Harriet Tubman and Malcolm X have left. Look at the mark that they have left on the world, and so, we need to be legacy focused as well. And so with that being said, I hear like I'm being echoed. Okay, there we go. And so with that being said, you know, you guys, we got to make sure that we leave our family a rich legacy, just like Harriet Tubman and Malcolm X. And, you know, first and foremost, we have to be of good health. We have to be of good health. And so I'm just so excited because, you know, the people who we will be focusing on this month, they were trailblazers. They were clearing the path. They were clearing the way for others to follow. And I believe that's what we're doing in innovative nutrition. You guys, this has never been done. These patches are exclusive to us. And a 1 by 1 inch patch is patching up people's lives, man. And so what is so phenomenal about this technology is that it bypasses the digestive system, you guys. Most people cannot digest liquids. They cannot absorb, you know, pills and so forth. And even though you may take good nutrition, you know, it does nothing because it just sits there. It does not go into the bloodstream. But because this is a patch, there's nothing that you have to swallow orally. So it goes directly into the bloodstream. So it's like you're walking around with an IV in your arm all day long. And so you guys, I tell you what, right now, the number one concern is health. And I believe that we have an answer. And so if you're on this Zoom or on the phone line tonight, I don't believe that you're just listening by chance. And so we're looking for trailblazers. We need people to have a voice, you know, along with us and lock arms with us and help us to get this information out to people, you guys. I mean, you know, I'm out there in the marketplace, you know, I don't have the luxury of staying in my house, but you best believe I am patched up. I love this immune boost patch. I love the vitamin patch, the energy patch, the CBD patch, all of the patches that Pam went over. And we even have a kids patch. They can take all of the patches because they're natural, where you can cut them in half, but they have their own complete kids patch. And so if you have children in your life, if you have, you know, grandkids, you know, get back with the person who invited you to this Zoom and find out how you can get these patches for them. You guys, these kids have a tremendous amount of pressure on them with the virtual learning. A lot of them can't stay focused. You know, they really want them to be, you know, looking at these computers all day. And I tell you what, these CBD patches, these energy patches, you know, the vitamin patches are really helping them. And so, you know, get back with the person who invited you to this Zoom tonight and see, you know, maybe you just want to be a customer, but we're looking for foot soldiers, you guys. We need to get the word out. You know, our men are the worst. I hate to say, but they hate taking pills. They hate drinking liquids and potions and so forth. But our men are falling in love with these patches. And so, brothers, we need you to, you know, pass these patches on to your, you know, brothers and everything, because our community, we suffer like crazy with health issues. That's the reason why the virus is, you know, really wreaking havoc on the African-American community, because we have pre-existing conditions, you know. And so you guys, we can't keep, you know, living decade after decade after decade with bad health, and it can start with us. And so leave your generation, leave your legacy, leave your family, you know, a legacy of health. So get back with the person who invited you to the Zoom. And you guys, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are having this Black History Zoom where we will be focusing on some of our heroes and sheroes of the past. They did so that we can. Time out for excuses, time out for saying I can't. And instead of saying I can't, we are going to say we will. And you guys, sometimes it's going to have to start with us. If it doesn't start with us, then it may never happen. And so I just love what Pam is doing with her family. I mean, she got them from the little ones all the way up. And that is a beautiful thing. And so she is instilling in her young grandkids the importance of nutrition and minerals. You guys, that soil is not the same when we were growing up. I mean, it has been over processed, and you got pesticides and all of these things, you guys. And so people are not getting the nutrition that we used to get from food. And so now we have a solution, and to be on the cutting edge, this is groundbreaking, you guys. Wearable nutrition is what we call it. Okay. And so, you guys, it's a new way. It's the Uber of nutrition, right? It's a new way. It's a new way that people are taking nutrition and getting their minerals. And so we're excited. It's the future of beauty. It's the future of wellness. And so get back with the person who invited you to this Zoom and get your questions answered. And at the very least, patch up your health. Put your own oxygen mask on. And then, we're looking for ambassadors, you guys, because our family needs it. They really, really need it. So back to you, Pam.
All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for your leadership as always. Ron, I thank you for running the technical side of things and getting us going on these Zooms and getting the links together. And I just want to tell each and every one of you that took the time out on this busy Super Bowl week or Sunday, thank you for taking the time out and joining us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming next week. I'm going to thank you in advance, and you're going to bring a guest. And those that are on this line, especially my guests, can you please do me a favor, drop a comment, because I want to send you something special. And if you can leave your address, you're going to like what I'm going to send in the mail to you. So please, I want to gift you for taking the time out and being here to hear about this important information. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and we look forward to seeing you next week. So as you see, it's short, painless, to the point. Have a great evening. Get back to the
You are so welcome.
Let me just say this real quick, Pam. And if you are a guest, get back to the person who invited you and let them know that you are on so that they can send you a special gift as well. All right, because we appreciate our gifts, our guests.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And anybody, is there any question? I hate to just rush off, but I want to give an opportunity if you have something you want to say, something you was inspired, or you have a question. Now would be the time. Just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. All right.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Okay, who we have the honor of hearing from?
Hi, this is Queenette. I was referred through my aunt Janice McBride and Miss Cynthia.
Okay.
I already started. How everyone doing tonight? I'm glad I was able to come on and just listen in and share. I did started taking the energy and the immune system, which is wonderful.
Great, great.
Yes, I've really enjoyed those 2 patches. My energy level has increased. I feel a difference in my body and my performance. Excellent. I'm really enjoying those 2 particular patches. I did try the CBD, and I did feel some relief from that as well. I've been dealing with some inflammation in my lower back and my neck. And that CBD definitely was helping me with some of that pain that I was feeling. So I do definitely believe I would like to continue with the CBD. I did try the weight loss as well as a sample, and I had a question about the weight loss system and how those 2 systems work together, and how often should you be wearing the patch for the weight loss system. I just really wasn't clear how that particular system works with those 2 patches. Is that something that you need to wear every day, both patches? It comes as a kit for both of them?
Yes, yes. They work hand in hand. And everyone has their special time. For me, I do them at night when I sleep. Sleep is the time your body heals, it rejuvenates. And that was what I use, because sometimes at night, that's when you get those night snacking and things like that. But using
Okay.
patches at night, there's some that I use during the day. For example, the energy. You do not want to put energy on when you're trying to go to sleep. And during the day, you
Exactly.
do not want to put a sleep patch on when you're trying to rest. But other than that, all the other patches, they work according to your need, according to your timing. But yes, they work hand in hand and they should be used together as one. So hopefully that helped answered your question.
Okay, together as one on a regular daily basis, or
On
is
a
that
day- on
particular weight loss you can kind of do it one day and don't do it the next day, or is it something that?
No, it's a 30-day supply and it's intended for you to use it every day.
Yeah, it's
Every
all
day?
consistent.
Okay, okay.
Consistency.
The consistency will get the results. If you can't do it 1 or 2 times and then say it didn't work, well, you got to get it in your system, and it has to be a consistency that your body will adapt. So stay focused, continue to use the patches, and you will see the difference. Don't give up. But
And there
use them
is a
every day.
meal plan as well to it where, I can send you that meal plan so that you can, it tells you some do's and don'ts. You want to keep the carbs low and the sugars low and so forth. And so the patches will help with that. The first patch eliminates your appetite. It's an appetite suppressant, and cravings and so forth like that. And then the second patch is a detox. It detoxes the liver and it balances the adrenal glands. And so it's a 2-patch system. And it's weird because if anybody has dieted before, you're used to drinking shakes and popping pills and stuff.
Yes.
But you slap these patches on, and it's a beautiful thing with all of the patches. And if you think that these patches don't have anything on them and don't work, I tell people, stop taking them. When
You'll
you
see.
stop using them, that's when you really realize, wow, maybe those things were working, and
Yes, I experienced that when I took a break for for about a week. I'm like, oh no, I need that energy patch back. I'm like that. I feel, it was a big difference. And I'd only stopped for like maybe about a week or two. And I was like, no, I got to get those patches because you can really feel that energy level, just where I was drinking Red Bulls every day, and I don't even need to drink Red Bulls anymore.
That's good.
So that's a blessing. So it's more healthier for my health. So thank you so much for for turning me on to these patches, because it's definitely changing the way my body feels. So thank y'all so much, ladies.
Oh, well, you're so welcome, and we appreciate your comments and your participation. Is there anyone else that has a question or a comment before we go?
Hi, this is Sister Cece. Hi, everyone. I love the energy patch, and I don't have any, and I'm in school, and I really, really need some to keep me focused on doing my homework, because there's always something to disrupt me, and then I have to get myself back to it. And so I'll be calling you, Cynthia, so I can get some of the energy patches. And this presentation was absolutely wonderful.
Oh,
thank you all so much, and have a wonderful, blessed night.
Okay, I got you, Sister Cece. I got you.
Bless you. Bless you, my sister.
All right. Thank you for your comment. Is there anyone else that has a comment or question before we close? All right. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming out and participating, and we look forward to seeing you next week. So spread the word. Don't be a secret agent. We are here to help you. So let us help you. All right. We're going to end this call, and you guys have a wonderful night. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Great job, you guys. That was wonderful.
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Was.
you.
Wonderful.
It
for
was. Great
coming.
job.
Right. Great job.
All right, bye.
I tell you what, whoever's
Carry it
calling
out.
with that, they got a hard act to follow.
I know, and I hope it's not me.
Yes, you're next.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm
Marcus
telling you.
Garvey is up. Marcus Garvey is up. You're up, Carol.
Oh no.
Yep,
I
yep.
gotta
such a nice
practice from
calming
now
voice.
until